2020. That was really something, wasn't it?
Hey, John.
Hey, I'm filming.
Well, you just got a package.
Hey folks, it's John with KeepFishKeeping.com, and in case you're wondering, it's a camera. A new camera. Another new camera. Listen, I've been making videos on YouTube since 2012, and believe me, not a single day goes by that I don't recognize how lucky I am to do what I do for a living. It's an absolute blessing, and I know how cheesy it sounds, but I have to thank each and every one of you out there for all of the support that we get. It's amazing that we get support from people all over the world that are just complete strangers. It's something I've never gotten used to, and I don't know that I ever will get used to, but I can tell you this. In 2021, Lisa and I are going to continue our commitment to always trying to get better. We're always trying to step up our game, get better at what we do, and provide a better product for you to watch and hopefully enjoy. And part of doing that is to upgrade our gear and to be able to, be able to provide you with a better product that way. This is something I've wanted for a very, very long time. And I have every single one of you to thank for this. This is, I know how ridiculous it sounds, but it's kind of a dream come true. I've wanted this camera, or a camera like this. This is actually brand new. It was just released a couple of months ago, but a camera of this quality at this level, I've wanted for a very long time. And my dream has finally come true. And it's because of you. It's because of all of this amazing support that we get from people all over the world. I could sit here and gush all day long about this, but I tell you what, let's give this new camera a whirl. I have the perfect project for this. Let's go downstairs and take a tour of Lisa's fish room, her beta room.
Hey everyone, welcome to my beta room. I can't wait to share it with all of you. So let's start off the tour with the females. Everybody knows they're my absolute favorite beta of all, so let's go check those out first, and I can show you how I keep everything organized and how I keep all of the betas organized. I have my females organized by what kind of betas they are. So over here I have my yellow dragon females, and down here I have my red dragon females. Then over here I have the yellow fancy females, and like I said, I like to try to keep them organized by the type of beta they are. And right now you might wonder, well, it doesn't look like you have a whole lot of this kind, and that's because I'm at my lowest capacity right now, and we're gonna get another shipment in next week. So this is what I have as of now. Lots of yellow fancies, but I haven't had John put them all on the site yet because, well, I like to keep some for myself. Then down here, I have my Koi Galaxy females, and they're not in any particular order. You can see I have Koi Galaxy female 55, then 24. It's not organized like it should be as far as they go. Again, More Koi Galaxy females. I did find a surprise female, a Dumbo. She was with the males, and that does happen sometimes. More Koi Galaxy. I have my red Koi Galaxy, my Nemo Galaxies. I like to try to keep my males organized a lot more than I do the females. I keep all of my crown tails together, and since, again, like I said, I'm at my lowest capacity, I have my crown tails and I have my Dumbos kind of mixed together, not all mixed up, but on the same shelf. So they're sharing the same shelf right now. And they're so excited because they know I'm here and they know I'm either going to feed them or I'm going to take their card out and I'm going to let them exercise. They get to exercise probably about 30 to 40 minutes a day. It keeps them healthy, keeps them happy. And of course, I definitely like to do that before I clean their tanks out or everything goes everywhere. I keep my red dragon males over here and they're absolutely gorgeous. Right now, I did take out the cards back here because I like to keep them separated even though I have the ones here. Right now, these guys are exercising, so they're flaring up a little bit at the betas behind them. And that's okay because they're allowed to have their exercise every day. I have quite a few of the red dragons. If you notice, some of them have the blue dot on there, and that means they're up on the website. If they don't have a blue dot on them, then they're not on the website for sale yet, but they will be. All of them will be. I have several of the Koi Galaxies. They're kind of a big seller, so I don't have as many as normal. And some of the Nemo Galaxies. They're really cute. Love these. Love them. Look at them. Just look at them. They're so adorable. They flare up. They show their true colors. I have my mustard gases right here, and I like to, of course, keep them organized all together too. You can see they're not labeled, and that's because they're in quarantine right now. They're the latest shipment that we got, and I like to keep them quarantined for a while before they go up for sale because it's important to make sure that we are selling a quality beta and also that they're healthy. I like to get them fattened up and ready to go before they have to go on another journey again through the mail system. Moving over to this wall, you'll notice that, well, there's a few different kinds of betas up here. And the reason why is because I hand selected every single one of these, and they're gonna be my breeder pairs. I've got my crown tails, my platinum crown tails, my aliens. These are all 4 black samurai females that I will not be selling, but they will be my breeders. I have another pair down here of my aliens. I haven't decided which male I'm gonna use to breed these females with, but that's just a problem, right? Anyway, so here's all the black samurai males. They're super gorgeous. One of my personal favorites, but I have a lot of favorites. Moving on to over here, this is where I stick all the betas that are going to be shipped out. They're already sold. They belong to other people. They're not for sale anymore. And they're going to be going out on Monday. So that's exciting. It's a little bit less for me to have to take care of, but you know what? That's my life now, and I take care of betas. I have several empty containers, all of these racks when I am at full capacity, when I have over 400 betas in here. Every single part of these shelves are filled. Up here is filled. over there, everything is filled on the top, front to back, and there's not one container ever left available. So it's a lot of water changing. It's a lot of fish to take care of, but I really honestly couldn't think of anything else I'd rather be doing. So let me show you how I maintain these tanks. Now I have to be super careful because they don't all come in the same shipment. So when I get a new shipment of Bettas in, I like to use a different turkey baster. And that's what I call it because that's what it is. And I use a trash can. As you can see, it's pretty filled because I do this all day, every day. And thank God for John because he helps dump this thing out. But I go through and I have to get all of the poop out of here. This one's clean, but I would still go through and take it down about to here, make sure all the poop is out. And a lot of times you can see the catappa leaves in here. They start to break apart and get old, but that can make the water look dirty, but it's not dirty, it's just the catappa leaves. So this guy right here, he's got some poop in here. We got to get that poop out. I can't stand to see poop in any of these, and I might as well take some of that catappa leaf too, since there's another one already in there. Once I'm done getting all of the nasty poop water out and taking it down about a third, I refill all of the little tanks with water, and basically these containers get refilled every single day with tap water. It's not ideal, but I use a system, the pH neutralizer. I put 1/8 of a teaspoon per gallon in every single one of them. And then I mix up, well, I don't mix up, I put my Fritz aquarium salt in here. You can use the API, neither one is bad. They're both really good and they do a great job. I prefer the Fritz for myself only because if you look at the salt, it's a little bit finer, and I just don't have time for the API to dissolve. I like to get going with it and get my tanks clean, of course. So yeah, let me show you the rest of the room because I'm sure everybody is dying to know how all of my beta sororities are doing and the rest of my fish. If you remember, this is the tank that I set up when Taylor from Simply Betta sent me some females. They're all from the same spawn and they are doing amazing. These girls are just, I'm gonna tell you, I think it's my favorite sorority tank. It really is. And they love to eat. They eat all day long. Well, what I feed them. But I like to give them the community crave because I definitely believe in that spirulina. It helps to keep a digestive system healthy. These are my 6 personal tanks that I have set up for other fish. They're not necessarily all beta fish, but some are, of course, because I'm a beta keeper, so I've got to have some of my own personal tanks for betas. But in this tank right here, I have some of the chili rasboras. There's 10 of them. You can barely see them, but they're in here. They might come out for you if I feed them. And I have some snails because I love snails. Snails are just so super cool. They're back there in the corner. They're being a little camera shy right now. You might remember this tank over here. This was Bubbles' tank, and I filled it up with a dozen snails, and I stuck a male in here that was actually a female. It was sold to me as a female, but I had got a bunch of them as baby girls, and he grew up to be a boy. So he has his own special tank. He was upstairs in my dining room in a 3-gallon, and I thought, you know, that's not what I like to keep my fish in, and I need to practice what I preach. This tank over here, I have an alien beta in it. It is not decorated. It is probably the least decorated tank I have. It was meant to be just a hospital tank, quarantine tank, and I decided I wanted to keep one single alien beta in a 10-gallon tank, so he got it. I don't have the lights on in this tank down here, but there are some cories. I have about 6 or 7 little cories in there with some black sand, but they like to hide in the little cave things, so they're probably not going to come out for you. I might throw a beta in there and liven it up a little bit, or maybe I'll stick them in the tank over there with the chili raspberries. This tank down here is a fun tank. I made this tank, scaped it so it would look like a little, like a Smurf village. And I really enjoy it. I love how the moss has just grown and it's just taken off. I have a single shrimp and 2 snails in here, along with some pencil fish and some ember tetras. And they all get along and they're cute. Yep. Unfortunately, I don't have a light on here yet. That's my own fault, but everybody knows who Slim Shady is. He's hanging in there. He's super happy. I am going to rescape this tank because I'm not a huge fan of the glow decorations. So Slim Shady will be getting a brand new home soon. The tank that everyone asks me about all the time. What's going on with Lisa's 125 beta sorority tank that she had in the garage? Well, here it is. It's a little different than it was in the garage because I had to take it down. I had to take everything out of it. I had to stick the betas in their own little containers for a little while and bring it back down here and rescape it. But I did it differently. I added some fake plants along with the real plants because I'm honestly not the best plant keeper when it comes to aquariums. So anyway, I have plenty of stuff for them to go up here and like hang out and do their thing. One of my favorite things about this tank is that I've got these cute shrimp in here. Yes, I use the word cute a lot because, well, that's just what I think of like my shrimp and my fish. I think they're cute. But they love to eat, of course, what fish doesn't like to eat. And again, it's another tank that I routinely feed the community crave. Everybody gets something, the shrimp, the betas, the harlequins, they all get something. I've got tons of snail eggs all over this tank because the snails just go crazy laying their eggs. And I don't mind because this is their home and they're all happy doing their thing. Another thing I do want to mention is some of these betas are not the same betas that I had originally in the 125 in the garage. I had to remove some of the females from the beginning that I started off with because when I put them back in here together, there was some bullying, and that is a video that I plan on doing and explaining to everybody as far as how sororities don't always work. So right now I probably have 15 or so betas in here. At least 5 of them are females that I knew we wouldn't be able to sell because it had a flaw. So I decided to stick them in here and let them live their life in a tank, a 125, together. And that way they're not just kept in a little container, not being sold. So they have a second chance by living in here. I don't mind. I really don't. I think it's awesome to be able to have a tank to put the female betas in that that just don't sell. Everybody remembers Gatto, the one that survived the car crash. Thankfully, the Bettas and the Harlequins, they all get along together. They get along with the shrimp. And I haven't had any deaths so far, knock on wood. So this is like my own personal bubbles rescue right here as far as the females go. Like I said, stick them in here, give them a second chance. Some of them aren't as gorgeous as the others, and that's okay with me because I think they're all gorgeous no matter what. I love them all, and they're gonna have a home here with me. And last but not least, these are my Discus, one of my prized possessions. I love my Discus. I got them last year. No, the year before. Woo, it's 2021. I got them from Discus Hans, and they are just so personable. I have a bristlenose Placo in here with them. He's underneath that piece of wood. And I have my rummy nose Tetra. They love to eat, and they do eat all day long. I feed them 3 times a day, which means, well, water changes are a little bit more often. And they all have grown at their own pace. I have some bigger than the others and some smaller than the others, and that's okay. As far as the rest of the room goes, I decorated this room according to what I love and what interests me. If I'm going to be in a room all day long, then I want it to be a room that makes me happy. I don't want it to feel like it's a job. I want it to feel like it's my life, my hobby, everything I enjoy. So I have decorated this room with, of course, my kitty cat pictures because I love cats, and I can't have a real cat in here because it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. I also like to put my plants in here. I put a ton of more plants in here, but I have limited space because I've got to be able to stick more tanks on the shelves for the Bettas, so I can't put as many plants in here as I would really like. My favorite pictures of all are right here. Well, I shouldn't say my favorites because I have other favorites too. My Audrey Hepburn picture, I'm a huge fan of her, so of course she has to be in here, along with my 3 Betta pictures that Priscilla drew for me. Well, she drew them for everybody, but I can say they were for me. I do have 2 other very special pictures that I meant to bring up. My daughter drew this picture over here. It's the very first Discus drawing that I had received. She drew that when she was probably 12. And then I have another beautiful drawing of a Discus, and that was from Chris from Multi-Tank Addiction. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my Betta room as much as I enjoy it every single day. And if you would like to have any of these beautiful fish, then check out keepfishkeeping.com and get you one while you can.